video is an introduction to phonetics. We explain why and how it can be helpful for people learning English. English is an international language spoken and studied by hundreds of millions of people all over the world. However, one of the more difficult things about it that many students have problems with is the spelling and pronunciation. This is because English is not always very phonetic, and looking at a written word often gives a clue as to how it should be spelled. Studying phonetics helps to make sense of this. Phonetics is the science of pronunciation. It can be helpful for people learning English because one of the most difficult things about the language is the spelling and pronunciation. English is not very phonetic, and as a result, the same letters are often pronounced in many different ways in different words.
In this video, I'm going to tell you about phonetics. So, what is phonetics, or what does it mean? Phonetics is the study of the actual sounds that make up the words of a language. Every language has its own characteristics, and there are sounds in English that you might not use in your language, and sounds in your language that we might not use in English. And one of the more difficult things about English is the spelling and the pronunciation. We only have 26 letters in the alphabet, but in modern English uses about 44 different sounds. So, when you guys look at the word, it can be difficult to know from the spelling or how to pronounce it, because the same letters can be pronounced differently in the different words.
The key to good pronunciation is to understand that making the sound of speech is a physical thing. If you are not accustomed to speaking English, it won't feel natural for you to use your mouth and your tongue in the way you need to. Incorrect pronunciation is almost always the result of trying to produce the sound in a way that is physically incorrect. If we look at those difficult to pronounce words again, we can spell them out using the phonetic symbol to see exactly how they are pronounced. The first is busy. Here, we can see that the U does not make the sound we might expect. Instead, it makes an E sound. It is not boozy or buzzy, but it's busy. The second is word. Here, the O together with the R is pronounced and that's confusing because that sound is often spelled with ER. The last is laughter. You might expect there to be an R in laughter, but there isn't. Also, the sound is represented by the letters DH. This is a very unusual spelling and causes a lot of confusion. So, you can see how there are many inconsistencies in English between the spelling and the pronunciation, and phonetics give us a way to write words as they are pronounced.
Minimal pairs, which are when the sounds are often confused, like l and rah. Consonant clusters. This is when there are several consonants together without any folds, and that produces a sound that can be difficult to produce, like both in blank and splash. Homophones are pairs of words that are pronounced in the same way but have a different spelling, like two in adverb and two in number. Heteronyms are pairs of words that have the same spelling but different pronunciations, like excuse in verb and excuse in noun.